Hello everyone, I am Professor Comics, and welcome to Unknown Comic Stories. Once again, in honor of the Superman movie, we are diving in to Superman characters, but this time we are actually diving in to characters from the movie itself. Now, we have picked two characters to dive into a little bit later in the channel's history. We want to wait to do Guy Gardner because he will be in the Lantern Show, and we want to wait to do Ultraman because he is part of a thing in the comics known as the Crime Syndicate, and we want to do a whole video just on the Crime Syndicate so that we can do every character from that in its own video. So today, we will be diving in to Mr. Terrific, the Engineer, Metamorpho, and Hawkgirl. Let's pass it over now to voiceover Professor Comics as we dive into these four characters. Chapter 1: Mr. Terrific. At a young age, Michael Holt showed remarkable intelligence, reading and assimilating the works of people like Einstein, only at the age of 6. He studied advanced science, space, and time, while other children were struggling through Sesame Street. He was a self-made multi-millionaire with a high-tech firm called Cyberware, and was a gold medal winning Olympian. However, tragedy struck after the death of his mentally handicapped older brother and the accidental death of his wife and unborn child. He was almost planning to kill himself until the Spectre told him about Terry Salone, a rich man with an Olympian background from the golden age of comics, who was named Mr. Terrific. Michael was inspired, so he took the mantle, and later he joined the current Justice Society of America, eventually serving as its chairman. Now, Mr. Terrific doesn't have the normal superpowers, though he does have an incredible mind, he never forgets anything, and has perfect recall. He also has great gymnastic abilities, and he's very good at making technology, such as his T-mask, which makes him invisible to all forms of electronic detection, and protecting his face from chemicals, allowing him to relay messages to his T-spears as well. These floating robotic spears project holographic images, as well as create laser grids and serve as cameras. They also allow him to fly when they bear his weight, and he can use them as projectiles when they shoot off laser beams. Chapter 2: Metamorpho. Rex Mason, a soldier for hire, was contracted by Simon Stagg to find the Orb of Ra, a fallen meteor in ancient Egypt. He found it, and his cohort, Jav, stole it and left Rex in the light of an ancient meteor. This meteor transformed Mason into Metamorpho, the elemental man. Rex finally came to terms with his new-found powers and decided to use them for good. He started a career as a hero, and he was always assisted by Sapphire Stagg, the daughter of Simon Stagg and the mother of baby Joey. As Metamorpho, he participated in several cases, most of them on his own, but sometimes he would help other heroes in need. He wasn't always solo, as he worked with people like the Outsiders and the Justice League. Metamorpho has the abilities to turn his body into liquid, solid, or gas, reconstructing it into different weapons and tools, and he has the ability to duplicate himself as well as fly in the gas formation. Now, on to our next character. Chapter 3: The Engineer. Angela Spica, or Angie, was born in Queens, the youngest child of 7. Her family wasn't rich, but they were very happy. Her father was a bus driver, her mother worked in a laundromat, and everyone seemed very happy and satisfied. From a young age, Angie was obsessed with superheroes. While dreaming of becoming a superhero, Angie became the smartest child in her school. However, after the death of a close friend, she learned the truth. This close friend was actually the original engineer. Angie decided to take on the mantle and use her ability to change her body into weapons for good. Now I will mention that in the movie, she is a villain who worked with Lex Luthor, so they are changing the story a little bit. Now her powers consists of being very intelligent, as well as the ability to shapeshift using her ability to create weapons or duplicates of herself. She also has the ability to talk through computers and fly. Now, onto our final character. Chapter 4: Hawkgirl. And then there is Kendra Sanders, or Hawkgirl. Kendra is a reincarnation of Shar, an angelic herald cursed by God to reincarnate across space and time, alongside another character named Hawkman. Together the pair were reborn again and again throughout space and time. In one such instance, they were born as Carter and Shara Hall, also known as the Golden Age heroes Hawkman and Hawkgirl. There are many other ways that the powers came about for Hawkgirl throughout different various comic iterations, but for this particular video we'll just be using that specific version. You can look into other versions, it's just the one that we currently have. Also, something I will mention about looking into other versions: whenever you click the links in the description, they are sometimes a little bit strange, I know. So, just a thing that the links do is that the parentheses are strange, so if you ever feel like you can't get into a link, I would highly recommend just looking up the character if the link isn't working. Anyway, the abilities that Hawkgirl has that she gets from being a descendant of a herald include the ability to fly with her wings, using healing abilities, enhanced durability, vision, and strength, and the ability to transform into a flock of hawks. Now, back to the visuals.
That we close the book on this particular story. We will be putting this story into a new playlist that we are calling James Gunn's DCU. We will also be adding the Creature Commandos video into that, as well as a bunch of new videos that we will be doing in the future. We may make one for the MCU as well, but I like DC more and I watch a lot more of their stuff, and also there's a lot more interesting unknown videos to do about the DC universe. Of course, we still have our hero playlist, villain playlist, team playlist, all the playlists that you can see on the channel. We plan to make a video tomorrow, which will be my review of the movie. There will be spoilers in that review. However, there will probably be a short on the channel that has no spoilers, just an honest reaction to the movie. But there will be a full video discussing my review as well as spoilers for the movie tomorrow. But until then, please do subscribe and hit that like button so that we can keep making these wonderful videos for you. Until next time, goodbye.